Time now to turn our attention to the French newspapers. Elena's with me here on set. It's the Karachi case is the big story at the moment here in France. It's very complicated, but Elena's very good at explaining it, luckily.
Oh, there's a challenge. Let's have a look first at the front page of Le Parisien. Their headline this morning is two friends of the president in custody. Who are these people? Well, they're Thierry Gaubert, who is a former advisor of Sarkozy's, who apparently has been his friend for 20 years, and Nicolas Bazire, who was famously a close advisor of the previous Prime Minister Edouard Balladur back in the 90s, but was also a witness at Sarkozy's recent wedding to Carla Bruni. So obviously they're friends. Now, what is this case about and why are they on the front page? Well, as you said, it's a complicated one, but Le Parisien has got quite a nice idiot's guide, a nice chronology of what exactly is happening. Basically, these two men are accused of being intermediaries in dodgy deals that somehow allowed money from illegal kickbacks of French arms sales to Pakistan back in the 90s to end up in the campaign account of former Prime Minister Edouard Balladur when he was running unsuccessfully for the presidency back in 1995. Why is it called the Karachi affair? Well, in 2002, there was a bomb attack in a Karachi shipyard that killed 11 French engineers that were working on French nuclear submarines there. And there's a suspicion that that attack was a reprisal for those kickbacks on French arms deals being cancelled by Jacques Chirac. Now, there's an ongoing judicial investigation into this bomb attack. Who did it? Why? That's why these two people have been arrested now. So I hope you're keeping up more or less. Le Parisien says that the former Prime Minister Edouard Balladur may well be set to be arrested next because a mysterious 10 million francs appeared in his campaign account in cash in 1995, and those investigators are trying to work out where it came from.
It's one of those very difficult ones because obviously here in France a lot of people know the ins and outs of the story, but beautifully explained. Well done, Elena. It's also on the front page of Libération, who I suspect are loving it.
Yes, they have Sarkozyism in custody as their front page. They've got some more juicy details inside, including the fact that it's Thierry Gaubert's ex-wife who has allowed this arrest to happen by leaking information to investigators. She says that he went to Switzerland in 1994 and met Pakistani intermediaries and came back with 15 million francs then in cash in suitcases. Now, Libération says the amount of different corruption scandals surrounding Nicolas Sarkozy now is starting to get ridiculous. We've got suitcases of cash being exchanged in Switzerland from Pakistani intermediaries over arms deals. Last week's scandal was suitcases of cash coming from African presidents, apparently handed into people's campaign accounts here in France. And of course, there's the ongoing Bettencourt investigation, which is about France's richest woman supposedly handing envelopes of cash to these right-wing politicians. So Libération says there's got to be a point where all of this corruption starts to affect Sarkozy's run for the 2012 presidency and starts to get in the way of his presidency. Now they say he's got to stop concentrating on making big speeches on the international stage about things like Israel and Palestine, come home and get his house in order.
And finally, you're going to tell us something completely different. Another scandal, though, over a diabetes drug.
Yes, this is, if we have a look at Le Parisien talking about it, they've got Justice catches up with Servier as a headline. Now, Servier is one of France's biggest pharmaceutical laboratories, and their 89-year-old founder, Jacques Servier, was arrested yesterday for fraud and only allowed out on after a huge €45 million bail was paid. Now, what's the story? This time it's about a drug called Mediator, which was originally sold for diabetes but has now been linked to more than 500 deaths. The accusation is that the drug company lied way back from when the drug was first licensed in 1976 about what the side effects of it were.
All right, Elena, thanks very much. That's Elena with her look through the French papers.